What I am going to share with you today not only changed my business, but also my life, and it may change yours too. Hi, I'm Melissa, second-generation realtor with over $2 billion in sales over the past 3 decades, top producing real estate agent and overall builder of businesses and generator of ideas. I've built my business my way and never sacrificed my family. Now this continues with the latest edition of my first grandchild that lives in Colorado, and I go as often as I can. How it began, I was in the middle of some coaching sessions with Lars Hedenberg and the Real Estate B-School crew when I got a message from Stacy Peterson, one of their coaches. And she had just switched her business over to eXp Realty and thought it could be a game changer that I was looking for to scale my business. So Stacy suggested I take a closer look at what moving could mean for me financially. So given my team was already knocking out about 200 transactions a year, crunching the numbers seemed like a no-brainer. So I watched the video and ran the numbers again and again. And believe it or not, those numbers were eye-opening. Switching could net me an extra $70,000 a year over what I was making at my previous company. So how else did eXp really fit into our plans? Let's unpack that a little bit more. We continued to have discussions for a couple of months. Now, you have to know that when I say I was happy where I was at, I mean I was off the charts happy. My previous brokerage was willing to let me build out the firm and my team in a variety of ways. My access to resources was impressive and opportunities were at my fingertips. I was sitting at the table with some of the biggest players in the real estate industry, and the opportunities matched. I was pinch myself happy. And then I watched the video Stacy sent me, and then I watched it again, and then I didn't sleep for a few nights. And then I ran multiple sets of numbers, and I watched it again and did more math. And then once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. I quickly messaged Stacy and asked, am I understanding this correctly? Never had I seen an opportunity like this for a team leader like myself and the opportunity for the rest of my team. So that conversation sparked a whole new direction for us. Stacy, Lars, and I went from a coaching relationship where I was paying them to becoming business partners. So each of us growing our own businesses from our own slice of the map. Stacy in South Dakota, Lars in North Carolina, and me in Tennessee. We all had this entrepreneur spirit, and we were leading teams and all creating multiple streams of income. You see, we're often taught there's only one way to scale in real estate, which is the transactional treadmill, which I was on, and you can never get off. But this was a way that I had several opportunities for growth expansion and continued multiple streams of income, and most importantly, an exit strategy. I asked myself, how many retirement parties for agents have you ever been to? Let me answer for you, none. So there's no one planning for your retirement as a realtor or helping you save. And as I watched, it dawned on me that there was a massive disruption happening in the real estate industry, being driven by a cloud-based, technology-driven brokerage called eXp Realty. I was so excited by what I saw. It was innovative, it was smart, it was forward-thinking. It held a spot for agents like me to build and to build big. And what typically happens in today's environment, most agents join a team at the beginning of their career, learn the business, and then move on. Every time that happened to me, I wished them well, and that was it. But now on this model, I'm still able to receive some income for them still selling real estate, and then I can help them scale their business in whatever way that looks like for them. I immediately began making plans, but like most people, I second-guessed myself. So I sat down with my husband, and my father has been selling real estate since the 70s, to ask their opinions and poke holes in it. My nature is to make decisions quickly, and my husband, a little bit slower, and my father, so they're a little bit more deliberate and analytical, and I wanted their honest feedback. So as I explained it, I could see the wheels in their heads turning. They couldn't help but tell me they loved the idea and could see plain as day the amazing opportunity. Historically, we can see that industries are transformed when disruptive technology is introduced. Blockbuster is a perfect example. Blockbuster Video was a massive $5 billion company with over 9,000 brick-and-mortar stores. They completely dominated the industry. Please tell me you knew to be kind and rewind. Netflix, on the other hand, had no stores, but they came along with a new model that grew into streaming video, and within a few short years, they had put Blockbuster out of business. The same thing happened with the travel industry. Do you remember going to your travel agent to book a vacation or a cruise? Not anymore. Travelocity, Hotels.com, and all the travel sites, they changed all that. We've seen the same thing happen with the taxi industry and Uber, and it happened with the hotel and accommodation industry with Airbnb. Airbnb doesn't own any hotel rooms. They're a cloud-based company as well. Perhaps the most obvious example of industry disruption is the retail industry and Amazon. There are thousands of brick-and-mortar stores that shut down every single year, while Amazon, well, they're doing better than ever. Across the board, cloud-based companies have disrupted these industries, and now that same industry-changing disruption is happening in real estate. eXp Realty is a cloud-based, technology-driven real estate company that has brought the most innovative changes we've seen in the real estate industry in over 100 years. The old traditional real estate brokerage model typically works like this. There's a big international company at the top, RE/MAX, Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Crye-Leike, Sotheby's. Then they divide the country into regions. From there, they create franchises which brokers and owners purchase. Those brokers and owners then have to hire managers and recruiters and office staff who will all need a place to go. So they rent office space and buy equipment and pay utilities. The brokers and owners take on most of the risk, paying for the office space, then paying to fill it with copy machines, internet, desks, computers, and coffee pots. Underneath all of those expenses is the agent who prospects the client, does the transaction, and collects the commission, which then needs to pay for all of that overhead. Their commissions get divided up to pay the broker, who pays the franchise, who pays the region, who pays the big international company at the very top. This model is all fine and good, and it's clearly worked for several decades. But now the internet exists, making this top-heavy model incredibly difficult to sustain long-term. It's inefficient, it stunts growth of the agent, and does not allow for collaboration. eXp Realty is a new model. It's a cloud-based, technology-driven company that eliminates costly commercial office space because it's all in the cloud, which means it eliminates millions of dollars of bloated expenses. Just like Airbnb and Uber don't carry all of that overhead, neither does eXp, which means all that freed up money now goes back to making the agents' businesses and lives better in two major ways. The first is that it invests in creating and providing the best business systems possible to support agents. Systems to help streamline their work so they can do more in less time. This frees up the agent's time and allows them to be more efficient in their business. And the second is it puts more money back into the agent's pocket, which in turn allows them more opportunities to create additional revenue streams inside their businesses because the agent now has more time and more capital. So through eXp's model, we're seeing more agents begin to think like CEOs instead of employees, and they are building very robust, profitable, and scalable businesses in a variety of ways. At eXp, the agent, that's you, is not at the bottom like the old model. Instead, the agent is at the top because we actually share in the ownership of the company, and we're backed directly by a multi-billion-dollar international tech company. When I worked at my previous brokerage, I didn't hold any ownership in the company. In fact, after looking at the eXp model versus the traditional brokerage model, I realized that me working there was the same as working at Blockbuster. It didn't matter how successful I helped make the company because I'd never hold any ownership. And now, working at eXp, my efforts to increase my business and the businesses of other agents around me directly impacts me because I hold ownership in the company. Let's break down how and why this works so well. There are three major components to eXp's innovative model. First is our cloud office. It's a virtual office that allows you to work from anywhere. These are the business systems I was telling you about that allow you to streamline your work and create more efficiencies in your business. eXp World is a cloud campus that allows you to attend meetings and classes and collaborate seamlessly with agents around the world. Have a question for your broker? Simply walk into their office during hours and ask. An agent's ability to access their broker, their company, resources, collaborate with other agents, and attend classes is unparalleled with eXp World. At my previous firm, I was limited to my local office for support and resources. Now, agents are able to cross-train across state lines. In fact, this year I had the opportunity to teach fellow eXp agents in South Dakota all about how to use social media in their business. Did I have to physically fly to South Dakota and book a conference room? Not at all. Instead, I sat down at my computer one morning and logged into eXp World, walked my avatar into the South Dakota broker's office, and put my slide deck up on the virtual wall. From the comfort of my home office, I was able to present and teach all the agents in South Dakota who were on their computers as well, just like they would be for a meeting in person. So they were able to raise their hands and ask questions, which created an incredible discussion, an environment for learning and growth. With eXp's technology, I was able to teach in South Dakota in 1 hour, and in the next hour attend a meeting with my clients in Memphis. Have a question about a commission check? Head to accounting and ask. Looking for more education, aren't we all? Good news, there's over 50 hours of live education every single week. Even better, it's being taught by other successful agents that are in the trenches with you right now. How amazing for me, a team leader in Memphis, Tennessee, to have the ability to learn from mega team leaders in North Carolina, California, and Michigan. You cannot put a price tag on that kind of collaboration. It's literally shaved off years of struggle in figuring it out in my business. You can attend classes that cover lead generation, social media, CRM management, farming, and so much more. Let me ask you a question. How much education and collaboration does your current company offer you? What is your current ability to pick up the phone and have access to people that are 5 or 10 years ahead of you in this business to advise you? Because let me tell you, the amount of education combined with collaboration is like nothing I've ever seen before at eXp. It is unparalleled in this industry. On top of that, every agent at eXp gets the most powerful CRM and lead generation platform available today. It's called KV Core. Non-eXp agents pay $600 per month for this service. That's $7,000 a year. This system sends buyer and seller leads right to your phone, clients that are ready to buy right now, clients that are ready to sell right now, and KV Core is included for every eXp agent as a part of their $85 monthly fee. KV Core is an industry-leading system that provides you with a personalized IDX website, CRM, email and text campaigns, squeeze pages, landing pages, and the possibilities to create so much more. You also get SkySlope, which is the top transaction management software in the industry. SkySlope allows every agent to manage their business in all-in-one paperless system. And this system allows agents the ability to, again, be more efficient in their business because organization becomes effortless. Let's talk about marketing collateral. There's always a concern for agents as well. Good news, the eXp Marketing Center has over 5,000 pieces of marketing material to choose from. And you guessed it, it's all in the cloud. So it's easy for every agent to simply plug and play. Need an open house flyer? We've got you covered. Need a postcard mailer? Yep, we've got those too. Signs, business cards, social media posts, it's all there in the eXp Marketing Center. Simply plug it in your info and you're good to go. Literally everything you need to run not only an incredibly efficient business, but also a scalable business is provided for you. It's just a matter of you deciding to leverage it. Now, if you still want to go into a physical office, we understand. There's power and efficiency in that as well. You don't have to give up your physical office. Every eXp agent receives a Regus membership, so you can use any one of their thousands of flexible workplaces all over the country. These spaces are beautiful and incredibly functional, giving teams of all sizes an inspiring environment to focus, collaborate, and do their best work. Work wherever your business takes you. Workspace locations are in every major town, city, and transport hub worldwide. Think of all the opportunities with this at your disposal. Want to extend your family vacation? Book office space in whatever city you're traveling to. Want to grow outside your local market? Now it's easier to hold your license and office in multiple states. These are the features of the Cloud Office, which is the first major component to eXp Realty. The second major component to eXp is the Agent Equity Program. eXp agents have ownership in the company as stockholders. Is there any other brokerage where the agents own a portion of the company? At eXp, we own the company together, a publicly traded multi-billion-dollar company with zero debt. We're traded on the NASDAQ with all the big boys like Apple, Amazon, and Google, and our ticker symbol is EXPI. At eXp, when you sell your first home each anniversary year, you get stock in the company. When you reach your commission cap, you get stock in the company. When an agent you brought to the company sells their first home, you get stock in the company. Can you begin to see how this creates an environment for collaboration amongst agents? We all own portions of the same company, so we're all working towards the same goal. When one agent at eXp wins, we all win. Now, if you're a top producing agent, we call them icon agents, and you can get up to $16,000, your entire cap back in stock, if you hit certain production numbers and cultural goals within your anniversary year. This component is worth you sitting down with a notebook and pencil to do the math. On top of that, yes, there's more. There is also an agent equity program that you can enroll in if you'd like. Totally optional and totally amazing if you ask me. Should you decide to enroll, eXp will allow you to take 5% of your commission checks and buy eXp stock at a 5% discount. I'm not sure what your financial advisor would tell you, and this decision is completely up to you. But as an independent contractor, this is a huge asset to my business. The third major component to eXp is the revenue share plan. Now, we need to understand that a revenue share plan is fundamentally different than a profit share plan, because revenue and profit, as we all well know, are two very different things. Revenue is the total earnings of a company without any expenses deducted. Profit, however, is total revenue minus all expenses. I don't know about you, but my revenue line item and my profit line item look fundamentally different in the sense that one tends to always be larger than the other. If a business can show no profit, then a profit share plan has nothing to share. On the flip side, a revenue share plan always pulls numbers directly off the top before expenses are deducted. At eXp, when you sponsor an agent and they sell a home, you get a percentage of that commission. And that percentage comes from the portion of the split, not the agent's. So let's break this down a bit, because whether you ever sponsor an agent at eXp or not, the revenue share plan is one of the most important components to eXp because it supports agent collaboration, which always helps the growth of an agent's business. Agents you directly sponsor or partner with are in your first tier, and you receive 3.5% of their gross commission until they reach their cap of $16,000 company dollars. So the maximum revenue share you can receive from an agent in your first tier is $2,800 per agent. If you create 10 Tier 1 partnerships with capping agents, you'd earn $2,800 times 10, or $28,000 per year. Now, when you've created 5 Tier 1 partnerships with producing agents, that unlocks revenue share on Tier 2, which are the agents your Tier 1 attracts to the company. So Tier 1 agents are the ones you personally attract, and Tier 2 agents are the ones your Tier 1 agents personally attract, and so on and so forth, and it goes down for 7 tiers. Now, from Tier 2, you receive 4% of the gross commission from these agents until they cap, which is a maximum of $3,200 per agent on Tier 2. So you actually receive more revenue share from your Tier 2 than your Tier 1 because you've expanded past your own business and have now focused on others. Creating circumstances for agents to collaborate is a big part of the company culture, which is why you see agents building bigger than ever and more innovative than ever. And as you attract more agents to the company, you can unlock more tiers. So when you attract 5 producing agents to the company, it unlocks Tier 2. When you attract 10 producing agents, it unlocks Tier 3, and so on until you unlock 7 tiers. As you can imagine, financially aligning agents into tiered partnerships suddenly changes agents' behavior. Instead of constantly competing with one another, we see agents collaborating on a massive scale. So instead of going it alone or paying huge sums for coaching, which I've done for years, you're now able to tap into resources that have never been available to them. Let's be honest, real estate has never been for the faint of heart. It's an incredibly competitive industry that, if you're not careful, will consume you. And it will consume you with demanding clients, never-ending transactions, and cutthroat colleagues, not to mention the toll of being responsible for most people's biggest financial and emotional investments. The hamster wheel of transactions and the pursuit of continued growth keeps even the very best agent up at night. And if you're not careful, it becomes a constant treadmill that is always picking up speed that you can never get off of, because what you did last year always needs to be repeated, but better the following year. Under eXp's model, with the opportunity to gain stock in the company paired with the ability to partner with other agents around the world and create passive income, which is a direct result of their expertise, agents suddenly have the opportunity to create multiple revenue streams. Instead of being held captive by the industry, agents with careful planning and diligent effort are able to insulate their businesses and, like other professionals, create an exit strategy. I want you to do a little bit of math for me, okay? So write down these numbers. The first number is $2.35 million. The next number is 4%, and the third number is $94,000. So what do these numbers mean? If you want to retire and you've worked really hard and you've been incredibly disciplined to save and invest $2.35 million, not easy to do, most financial advisors will tell you that you can take 4% of that investment every year to live off of without eroding your principal investment of $2.35 million. If you had $2.35 million of investments and each year pulled 4% of that, you will have created a passive yearly income of $94,000. Now let's take a look at another way to arrive at that number of $94,000 a year in passive income, but with revenue share. With revenue share, if you attract 5 productive agents and those agents each do the same, you'd end up with 5 agents in your first tier, which would yield you $14,000 a year in passive income. If those 5 each bring 5, you'd have 25 agents on your second tier, which would yield you $80,000 a year in passive income. And those together, and you guessed it, you've produced $94,000 in passive income, skipping over the minor step of saving over $2 million. Good decisions always tend to have good byproducts, and this holds true in this model as well. So not only do I get to create an incredible revenue stream for me and my family, one in which you're able to enjoy the fruits of today, I now also get to collaborate with agents across the country and help them improve and increase their businesses. If I'm being honest, this has been the surprise of my life and has vastly improved my own business in immeasurable ways. The opportunity for a solo agent or a team leader like myself to be insulated with some of the industry's giants is profound. So let's play with some numbers, shall we? I told you when I saw the model, I did a lot of math and ran a lot of scenarios, and I'd encourage you to do the same because we want to use data to make informed decisions in our businesses. Over the years, I've learned the numbers never lie, so you're going to want to run some numbers on this. What if you attracted 10 productive agents and they each did the same? What would those numbers look like? In that scenario, you'd have 10 agents on your first tier, which would yield you $28,000 a year, and 100 agents on your second tier, which would yield you $320,000 a year for a total of $348,000 a year, or $29,000 per month in passive income. That's an incredible compensation for contribution. Sure, it might take you 5 years to accomplish it, but remember how much you have to save and invest in order to create $94,000 of passive income for retirement? $2.35 million. I think we can all agree that that number would also probably take 5 years or more to accomplish. In fact, anything that produces an incredible result often takes time, talent, and work to create. This is no different, so let's be clear. Are all agents you attract going to be fully capping agents? Of course not. That's like thinking every single one of your kids is always going to be a straight-A student. And is every agent you attract going to bring 10 more with them? Again, no. Some will bring 0, others will bring 8, and others will bring 18. Participating in agent attraction is totally optional, so you don't have to do it in order to reap the benefits of collaboration that comes from it. You don't have to attract any agents if you don't want to, but isn't it nice to know that if you do have a friend that decides to join the company, you'll be compensated for your efforts? At the end of the day, there are a variety of reasons that agents join us here at eXp. Some agents come for the cloud office and robust business systems. It helps them sell more homes. Others come for the amazing education offered and the collaboration that can be created. And still others love the ability to earn stock or obtain health insurance, and yet others just love the simple low-cost fee structure, which is outlined as follows. Every agent is on the same commission structure, an 80-20 split with a $16,000 annual cap. So once you reach 80,000 in GCI, you've reached over 16,000 cap, and you go to 100% split with the $250 per transaction fee. After you do 20 transactions at $250 each, you reach what we call icon status, and that's when you can receive up to your entire $16,000 cap that you've paid to the company back in the form of stock. After that, your transaction fee drops down to $75 per transaction for the rest of the year. By the way, for agents that work in high-end marketplaces and don't do as many transactions usually, the other way you can reach icon status and be eligible to earn your full $16,000 cap back in stock is to earn a total gross commission of $500,000 with at least 10 transactions. Back to the fees. There's a one-time $149 startup fee, which includes your first month's cloud brokerage fee, and after that, your cloud brokerage fee is $85 a month, which pays for all the systems, a $25 per transaction broker review fee to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, with a $60 per transaction risk management fee that caps at $750 per year. You'll never pay more than $750 per year for E&O insurance. And that's it. eXp in a nutshell. The growth of this company is extraordinary. We're now at over 90,000 agents worldwide and growing every single day. eXp is the largest independent company on the planet, and it's the fastest growing real estate company in the history of real estate. Let that sink in. We're currently in the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, and we just opened up in a whole host of other countries too. India, South Africa, Brazil, Portugal, and France. And as you can imagine, many more to go. The growth is astonishing to watch, and the collaboration and support are absolutely incredible to experience. If you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. If you're not sure, share this video with your trusted friends and ask their opinion on it, and then do the math. Create a 5-year plan for yourself and run sample numbers under this model. Remove constraints and imagine what your business and life could look like. If you have any further questions, use the link below to schedule a call on my calendar or come say hi on Instagram. You can follow me at Melissa Thompson. Listen, I'm on a mission to help more agents build businesses that better support our lifestyles, businesses that create new opportunities for growth, businesses that allow for long-term gains, and that will provide new opportunities for our families. And I'd love for you to be a part of it. You can build a robust and scalable business that integrates into your lifestyle, and I want to show you how. So glad you're here. Hope to talk to you soon, and thanks for watching.